Hello, everyone. I'm Maria Pietroforte, your executive leader with 30 years of experience leading and turning around companies. We're here today to talk about something really important to the success and health of your business: employee well-being. It is not just a buzzword. It's something that you need to get your arms wrapped around and develop a program. So what's the difference between employee wellness and employee well-being? Well, employee wellness is really about a healthy lifestyle. Employee well-being is a holistic approach that has a wider dimension of things in it so that you have a well-lived life and overall satisfaction. It covers a lot of different aspects, with work-life balance being important, work safety and health being one of the items. It includes your physical working environment. It includes your job satisfaction. It also includes your mental state of mind, your physical being, your emotional being, and your economic health, and how well do you like your job. All of these things are important to your employees, and you can do something about it. So if you're a company and you don't have an employee well-being program, call me. I can help you develop a program and a plan. We can put it in place, we can measure it, and then we can train on it again and again and again. So if you're a leader, a manager, a director, a vice president, you can take action and some ownership yourself right now. Okay, we're going to do it. So before we talk about what you can do, we're going to talk about what happens if you don't embrace employee well-being. First of all, you're going to have higher absenteeism because team members that are unhappy at work don't like the company, they maybe aren't feeling as well because of the work environment, they're not going to show up. When they don't show up, your other team members are then disgruntled because they're pulling more of the weight. Not only do you have overtime, now you have unhappy employees and most likely unhappy customers because they're not getting the level of service they deserve. So you have quiet quitting. People don't care as much. They're going to do just enough to get by, and then they're going to find something better and leave. That is not a good way to run your company. In addition, you're going to see that productivity drops, innovation drops, employee engagement. It's already tanking. If you're not doing anything, they're not going to follow you. They don't care what you say because you really aren't saying anything that makes them feel good, that you care about them individually. And what happens with all of that? Profitability definitely drops. I was ahead of the curve in that my first time as a president of the company, I brought into play, put your people first. Now, this is a long time ago. This is more than 20 years ago. And I always believed it and I kept it going. If you put your people first, profits follow. Happy employees mean they're going to be more productive. They're going to provide better service. It's just, it just happens. If you focus on your people, they will make your company profitable. So what can you do? Well, first and foremost, you need to give recognition and praise. In doing this publicly is really, really the best way to do it, because when you compliment and praise a team member in front of others, that word gets out there. You know how the grapevine works very, very well. But praising your team members needs to happen, and it needs to be heartfelt. So you've got to do this, and I recommend minimum one person a day. It just starts to get it to be something that you think of and that you believe in, and it becomes a habit and something that's easy for you to do. The second thing that I recommend is incorporating some type of physical challenges into the work arena. And the reason for this is that, one, it changes things up, which people like. And two, physical activity definitely helps with your mental and your emotional well-being, as well as your physical health, right? So instead of having everybody sit, they can stand during a meeting. For those that need to sit, you can certainly do a stretching, everybody stretch to the right, stretch to the left. You can have them, do something. There's things that you can do. There's yoga in a chair, but you've got to get your team active. You can get them stand-up desks. You can have the balls that they can sit on when they're, at their desk. There's so many things that you can do. One of the ideas that I love is actually having your team and your customers participate in the activity. And it can be something as simple as picking a roadway and everybody goes and picks up the trash. That way you're getting a little bit of physical stimulation, you're getting social interaction, and you're doing something that's good for the community. I love that. So now we're going to talk about learning what your team wants. Now, this can be done with a survey, company-wide, or if you're a regional manager, you're a vice president, you're a director, if you're leading a team, you can sit down with your team and ask them, hey, how's everybody doing? How are you doing emotionally? Is there anything in the workplace that needs to be changed so your experience improves or you can be more productive? You can survey your team, but you've got to talk to them. Asking your team and your individual employees what they think, what they need, how they feel is so beneficial, for you. It's a connection. It speaks from the heart and it shows that you care. But if you're doing this, you must take 2 or 3 of the things that you learn and implement those changes. Because if you ask without action, you lose all credibility. That doesn't work. Another thing that I love is having dedications in a particular month about some type of mental health awareness. When I worked in military, we did 3. We did suicide awareness, we did abuse and domestic violence awareness, and we did alcohol and drug awareness. Those were all 3 things that were relevant in that work, in that industry. And by bringing awareness, whether we did it by flyers, by posters, through social media, by bringing in a specialist that could talk to an audience, by tapping into our employee assistance program for our team members, if they needed to get extra help on any of those items, it can make a world of difference to your team. And again, you're at a deeper level of showing that you care. And this again can be shared with your customers, your residents, and your team members. It doesn't need to be just for your team. Another thing that's extremely useful in getting your employee well-being messages out there is videos and virtual meetings. You must share these experiences and these programs and plans that you have with your team. And you can do that from the top down, from the bottom up, and with testimonials. It's a beautiful thing to let people hear how others are doing and making progress. And lastly, which I think is almost the most important thing we do, is expressing gratitude, practicing gratitude. And ways that you can do it, again, is a little bit of the recognition, but also it's sharing what you're grateful for at work. It may just be that you didn't have traffic that day. I mean, that's, not very deep, but at least you're expressing gratitude. But you could be showing gratitude for a maintenance tech that you rode along with while he or she did work orders. In every place that this tech went, they left cleaner and neater than when they entered. What? And you're so grateful for that. Wow. That's great attention to detail. Something that I'm grateful. I'm going to give some recognition and praise. My live today was just my words and my mouth weren't aligning. It was terrible. And one of my girlfriends, Dawn, called me and told me that's why I'm redoing it with this video. And I'm thrilled that she did. Thank you so much, Dawn. What I'm grateful for today is that I'm able to take my 30 years of executive experience leading teams and turning around companies and sharing it with you. That's, to me, what I'm most grateful for, is that all of the things that I've learned, I can now share. How wonderful is that? So please contact me. I would love to hear your ideas on well-being, what works, what doesn't work, any suggestions you have. If you'd like to do an interview with me on the topic, you can call me at 731-244-2032. Thanks for being here today, and have a terrific day. Fabulous day.